Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3, where today we're back on the brand new Midland main line, and as you can see in front of us we've got the fabulous Class 43 HST in East Midlands train livery, where we'll be taking it from Leicester all the way to Nottingham with just a single stop on the way at East Midlands. So if you like this video, why don't you hit that like button and also subscribe. It really does make a big difference to the channel. So you can see we are a 6-coach formation rather than the 8-car, so a little bit shorter unit. But as you can see, we're departing from Leicester. It's quite cool to see that we've got a Class 37 RG Euro Phoenix stabled here. That's one of the layers on this route, but it's great to see it just stabled here. Let's jump back in the cab and let's get thundering away as we head towards East Midlands Parkway. So this 43 is slightly different to the one that you may have experienced already on Great Western Express, in that this is the VP 185 powered unit rather than the MTU, so slightly different, but great to see that these this is, you know, the 43, the HST, is finally on another route. It's one I've thoroughly enjoyed driving on Great Western Express, and it just gives such a fabulous view. You know, with this large window at the front, you get to take in the whole route and really see what the route is about. The first thing I'm going to pick up is there are some quite sizable dips in the ballast here. It does look a little bit odd. We have got AWS and DSD activated, so you will hear us occasionally have turn all those shows. But let's give you a look at the route itself. So down here we've got Leicester, which obviously we've just departed from. We'll be heading north to East Midlands Parkway, which is just here, and we should be there in around 10 to 15 minutes or so before we branch off to the right of the Y. I think it's the best way to describe it, before we head to Nottingham. If we were going the other way, that would be towards Derby. So see, it's quite a nice little route. It's only 37 miles, so not exactly the longest of routes to stretch the legs of this Class 43, certainly when it gets up to its top speed of 125. But nonetheless, it's great to see it being used in the game. I have already taken a first look at this route along with the Class 158, and you can check that out on the channel if you want a little bit more information. But it's quite sad to say that you know, driving the 158, I came across a number of bugs which sadly sort of tinged my initial view of this route. So hopefully our run in the 43 will certainly make up for things. But so far so good. I'm enjoying it. We're running in around July time, and obviously in the summer, so we can get a best look at this route. But it's looking glorious so far. Really enjoying it. Let's give you outside view and a little bit of the horn as well. It's looking good. Just ease back just as a moment, as we are constrained to 110, but we'll be going into 120 soon. I'm not sure I saw the board for that then, but we'll go with it. There's 120 now. That feels like that board was a little bit late for where the actual change point is. Never mind. Hopefully we see some traffic along the way. We are running around 6 o'clock in the summer, so you'd expect us to be around sort of rush hour. And I've driven 100 miles. Well, I've probably driven 100 miles with the 43 on Great Western Express as well. I think it's fair to say that this route is slightly on the quiet side when it comes to number of services. and that's sort of I guess down to the fact that we've just got the 158 and class 43 at the moment. Certainly on the previous preview stream that both Skyhook Games and Dovetail Games did a couple of days, about a week ago now, they certainly talked about the potential for future improvements. Again, where's the marker board to say we'll be getting down to 110? There needs to be more consistent use of marker boards, because I definitely did not see any warning to say that we'll be getting down to 110. This is a shame. But yeah, there's certainly talks about sort of future-proofing it for potential DLCs in the future. Obviously, no confirmation that anything would be coming, but there are obviously a couple of locos that have been mentioned by the community that would naturally lend itself to this route, being the Meridian, the Class 222, and also I think like the 153 and 156. So there's potential, and there's also a distinct lack of freight as we go past some actual freight wagons at the moment. There are no playable freight services, which I have to say is pretty disappointing, because obviously that's it would add another style of sort of gameplay to this route, which would be which is currently missing, and that is a bit of a shame. So hopefully that will come in the future. We'll just hopefully, fingers crossed, they take care of some of the bugs that we certainly picked up in my first look, and those get addressed, because this, I think it's fair to say, this route has got a considerable amount of potential to be really, really good. So we've got just 8.5 miles to go to East Midlands Parkway, so that should be easily achievable in the time that we've got. I believe the 6-car formation of the HSTs, they're there to replicate the units that were bought from either Grand Central or Hull Trains, I can't remember. So they're not quite, because I think the ones that it's replicating, the HST should have the buffers on it, whereas obviously they're not modelled, but it's great to see that these services have been included nonetheless. And yeah, we've not really seen any other services so far, which is a shame. I would have hoped to see some more HSTs coming in the opposite direction, but not to be. As we thunder through this station, what is? We'll get into 120. That's at 120. I'm gonna go and check that. Yeah, these marker boards, they are terribly marked. I think they need to have a look at those marker boards pretty much all over the route, to be fair, because there's a number that I've sort of picked up on that don't feel quite right. Interesting to see if we see any kind of warning that we're getting down to this 110 in 2.1 miles. We'll keep an eye out for it. Perhaps I'm just missing them at the moment, but we'll see. It's been a nice run so far. Not seen any marker boards yet. I'm so focused on the marker boards now. I want to see if it's me, or are there marker boards that are missing. I've not seen anything so far. And we're going to be hitting 110 here. And again, the speed goes drop all the HUD updates before the actual marker board. Apparently we're back up to 120 now. Huh? This doesn't make sense. This really doesn't make sense. We're clipping through a lot of foliage here. This looks pretty nice, this HST, I have to say. As another one goes thundering by. You know, the one time I was too focused on looking at our HST, we miss one going in the opposite direction. Never mind. So as you can see just on the right there, now that's come into view, is we need to be slowing for the station, or East Midlands Parkway. As you can see, it's Redcliffe Power Station, which is, you know, it's certainly very imposing. It looks really well modelled as well, it's fair to say. It's really quite impressive actually. No, we need to keep the brakes on. We're still doing quite a bit of a speed here. I think we may be overshooting here at this point. Never know, might be able to get it under control. Certainly passengers won't be... it was nice to see... Come on, slow it down. Yeah, we got it. We got this under control. I was too busy looking at the power station. We are about 3 minutes early, which is crazy. The one thing I picked up on that previous stream, there was a distinct lack of passengers at East Midlands Parkway. I think it certainly hasn't changed, and there is a complete distinct lack of any kind of stopping boards at stations. That seems to be a real one that's really missed. Can we see any passengers getting on? We're off? No. It's also probably fair to say that I bet all the coaches are marked as Coach A. Yeah, they are. So I think that's a bit of a known issue, it's fair to say. They are all, yeah, all marked as Coach A, which is a bit of a shame, but so hopefully that will get addressed. But nice to see we've got passengers on there. It's really does look like a really nicely, the delivery is beautiful and it does feel really nicely modelled. East Midlands Parkway looks good, it's just absent of any kind of passengers, which is a real shame. We've got a car park there which looks a bit funky, but okay. And then the power station, let's see if we can head a little bit over here. Does look really well detailed. I think that's fair to say. Look at the some of the detail over here. I can't go any further, the camera won't let me. We're going upwards though. Oh, we've broken through. So as you can see, and I think this is probably quite a major hint, is there are tracks in here. So I think there's a real opportunity that there will be some future DLCs coming that will allow for services to run in and out that will be playable, because this feels like quite a well detailed area. That's quite funny that we were able to break through that barrier there. Let's jump back to our 43, which is the main star of the show today. We were really quite early into East Midlands, and then final stop will be into Nottingham itself. But yeah, I like the look of the East Midlands Parkway. It definitely feels like a really quite modern station. I'm intrigued to know obviously if the elevators work as they did on Edinburgh to Glasgow? I get the feeling probably not, which would feel like a bit of a missed opportunity. So we've still got a minute to hang around. Let me know what your thoughts are around this route in the comments down below, because I think I'm really interested to hear what people's initial views are on this this route. Obviously, not necessarily the longest. There's definitely some issues with it that need some attention, but yeah, hopefully they do get addressed. And as I say, there's clearly a lot of potential with this route. I think it's fair to say. I certainly think there is, certainly in terms of future DLC, future hopefully future expansions, because that would be amazing to see this route lengthened to something that it should be. So let's just sort ourselves out before we start to yeah, this is one of the other weird bugs, is you actually see that the doors are still open down the end there. Well, I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but when you actually head down there, nah, all closed. Weird little bug there. So let's get ready to depart, and we can release the brakes. We're in 120, so we can get motoring. As with the backdrop of the cooling towers. I think this is going to be our thumbnail. If you're watching this, you know where this has been taken. That looks excellent. Great thumbnail, I think. Hopefully, as we thunder towards the tunnel section here. It's a shame we've not seen a Class 158 yet. Hopefully we do on our way to Nottingham. It's great that we saw that 37 as we departed from Leicester. The 37 does offer some drags from... Oh, what's going on with the eye adaptation? Something a bit funky going on there. It does, as I was saying, the 37 does offer some... That's clipping through the roofs there. So again, that doesn't feel quite legit. That the bridge should be clipping through the tops of the roofs of the locos and the coaches. Need to probably take a look at that. Yeah, as I was saying, the 37 offers drags of the 375, the 377, 387 from Southeastern High Speed and London Commuter or Brighton Main Line. So that's, I quite like that. You know, the 37 has been used elsewhere. We've got what would be I guess another section of the drag that would be taking it from the southeast all the way to Derby for refurbishment. So I quite like that kind of story, or that service is being continued where possible. So I quite really do like that. It's good use of the DLC. Well thought out. So we can head up to 80 now. So we're definitely a little bit slower running. Not quite going to be up at the speeds of 125, but only 6 miles to go to Nottingham, so we should do that in pretty quick time. Keep it in notch 2, I think. Maybe down to notch 1, just keep the speed up. We'll just cruise along at 80. We've got some funky marker boards going on. Okay, now it's just gone green on us, so we won't be doing anything. I was going to start braking for a double yellow there. Also, I picked up on my first look the the level crossings, the lights don't flash, and you don't hear any the sounds that you would expect. So that's another bug that probably needs to be taken care of. But I really do like driving this HST. It gives you such a good view of the route, and you can see there's been a lot of care put into this route, but it feels like just at the last minute some of the bugs are letting it down, that's for sure. But the trains themselves have been, I have to say, have been beautifully modelled. So 4 miles to go, and we're just cruising along at 80. It's pretty nice pace, I have to say. I think we're going to be in Nottingham really early, actually. So I'm curious if we'll hit some adverse signals on our approach to Nottingham. We might well do. There may be possibly other trains in front of us, who knows? So it's been pretty chilled run. I have to say it's been quite quiet. You know, not great, but hey ho. I think it's fair to say, first things first, fix the bugs, and hopefully some more services come quite quickly, because it does feel like they are missing at the moment. Nice to see some freight, some just different services. So will we get any warning about going down to 40, I wonder? It's really, I should probably be braking around about now, given that we're just around a mile away. We've been given a warning, but I've not seen anything. So that probably means we should be braking. I'm not sure I actually saw any kind of warning board. Did I miss it? Probably did. We should be about, just give it a dab more to make sure we get down to 40. Oh, we need to be continuing down to 25 by the looks of it. I think there's some of this is, am I missing? There we go. We've just managed to trip the brake demand, I think. And now we're just going to have to wait. How did I manage that? Someone let me know in the comments down below. Can I clear the AWS? Come on. Do I need to press anything? I can never remember. Come on, let me clear it. Do I need to put it in full service? Come on. Clear. There we go. we've got to let the brake pressure come back up, I guess. Come on. Clear the brake. There we go. Well, at least I'm not going to be too early into Nottingham. Someone let me know in the comments down below what I missed, because I'm not sure I know myself. Well, clearly we went over some kind of magnet, but I didn't see any warning. Because we've got 50 here. So, God knows. Now we'll be going into platform 7, which we very much know about. There we go, there's 25 and we'll be speeding slightly, so it's just... there we go. We're still very early into Nottingham, so this... this timetable is very generous on the timings, because we were early into East Midlands and we're, you know, 5 minutes early into Nottingham, and that's with me tripping the safety systems. So yeah, and we're down to 15, although there's no marker board. Something weird also going on with the track ballasting here. I suspect we were probably going too fast across the magnet, which is why it tripped it, but there was no warning. I had to head down to 25. That would be my defence anyway. Hey, I'm not a rail train driver, so who knows. So as we pull into, we've got a floating 3. Well, that's the first. Shut the front door. That's the first stop marker I've actually seen in the whole game so far. Oh well, we're stopping there apparently. Oh well, we've just tripped. We've tripped the emergency brakes again. It doesn't matter. We are at our final destination, which of course is Nottingham. And we're definitely ahead of time here. So if you've enjoyed this one, why don't you hit that like button and also subscribe. And I think the last thing to do is just to I haven't opened the wrong doors. The doors. I bet it's going to hold me here until 20 past. So without holding you about, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.